So we just covered accessing your inner feminine as a man, and now we're going to cover accessing your inner masculine as a woman. So this woman claims to be able to access her masculine, and I really wonder how you do that, or when does it come out, and how do you hold space for those emotions and those sensations?
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel that for most of us, it's like the masculine energy is actually quite predominant for women and men. We're living in this like society that we all know is like mainly patriarchal dominated. But the issue is, I feel most of us, especially as women, like female bodied beings, where it's more an access of the unhealthy masculine. And so what I mean by that is like the masculine energy in most women, I feel, is like probably the equivalent to maybe a 13-year-old boy. So it's like we need to grow that energy up. And the same with a feminine energy in a man. It's because then it's not a natural energy they've accessed. It's actually a very young girl inside of a man. So for me as a woman, when I first kind of felt that, like realized, okay, yeah, I have a masculine energy. First of all, I realized that because I'd been denying it for so many years, it was manifesting in shadow behaviors. So things like not fully owning my mission and owning my path and what I was here to do and create, which is a very masculine quality. So being, in your direction, in your focus, in your mission, in your business, in the physical world, manifesting money, these like, direction kind of purpose driven qualities as a woman. So that in shadow is being directionless and just like all over the place, and and then in relationships feeling like not able to hold space for the feminine in a man, so being very like non-committal and unreliable and not showing up and just being like a young guy that's just like on the loose, like just running amok. And so so once I kind of like realized, oh wow, like built this relationship with that energy, it was like an inner process, and I started to kind of have this inner dialogue and meeting this energy within me and realizing what does that energy need to feel honored and feel seen, like just like a man would need like a partner. And it was things like the masculine energy inside of me it's like a yogi kind of energy, like very into I guess, yeah, like stillness practices, consciousness. Like I love that, going and meditating and like Vipassana for 10 days. Like that's like such a stillness, masculine quality and practice. Cultivating presence and cultivating that purpose and direction through my business. And that discipline of like staying focused on one task instead of being like all splattered all over the place. So for many years I had so many ideas, and it was like this Shakti explosion, like so much creativity, but I couldn't channel it, and so nothing would ever get done because it's like this Shakti was so strong, but like that masculine, that Shiva energy needed to come in to actually harness it. And okay, just choose maybe just one thing, focus on that for just at least 6 months and just give it a go and like have discipline, like focus and direction in that. And so by kind of having these opportunities and these qualities in my life, it's helped cultivate more of that masculine energy and honor that masculine energy within me as a woman. And it feels like the more masculine I can embody and like bring into more of a mature masculine energy, the more that I can feel safe in my feminine energy, really. Because it's like I'm not looking outside for someone to save me and be like my prince in shining armor and be my sugar daddy, or all these things, like putting our power outside to the external masculine, when really it's like it's all about the inner world. And then once we have that balance, we can meet a man in a more wholesome space as opposed to like a disempowered space.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about those aspects, so how does that impact on your relationship to men? Like sometimes you're going to be in a relationship with a man, and do you always go back to your feminine, or is there situations in relating that actually you're your masculine will come out and be, yeah, embody itself in male-female dynamics.
Yeah, well, I feel it's like ultimately what I'm looking for and what we all kind of are dancing with is the kind of fluidity. So it's like, it's not like I'm always in my masculine or always in my feminine. It's like we can dance together, but it's like for that dance to happen, it needs to be like the woman's accessed her masculine energy and a feminine, and then the man's accessed his feminine and masculine, and then we kind of just, so if in a moment you're in more of a feminine energy, like a more receptive energy, or like in a more, I don't know, vulnerable space, then like I'll polarize into the masculine, and then like I'll go into more of the feminine in another moment. And it's not like you're set in stone, like, but that's what we have these partnerships for, to dance between those energies, have those reflections, and reflect back different aspects of ourselves, you know, from what's going on inside. So
there's some fluidity in there.
Yeah. And that's the ultimate, that inner union that we're looking for. And
yeah, I wonder when you are looking at us right now in this video, if you notice that we are equal synergetically, that we both have an essential balance of masculine and feminine energy. It's not like, I mean, you happen to be blonde and long hair, and you're obviously a woman, and then I'm obviously a man, but maybe there is something that you notice in the fluidity, in the energetic fluidity of how we're relating. See that now we change position. So look at this. Look at the difference between this. You know, that's me holding the space, like,
and then I can just be, you know, like hold his.
Yeah.
Aww.
That freaks me out. By the way. No, it's really interesting, because as soon as you put your hands like that, I feel like a part of me is collapsing or becoming really, really smaller than I am. Like I have the feeling there's a part of me that feels almost like disempowered in the process. Like I go straight away into my inner child, into something.
Feminine.
Yeah. Well,
feeling vulnerable.
Yeah, feeling vulnerable and feeling like, that I'm suddenly my masculine energy, my power is being suppressed. So somehow I'm feeling much more comfortable with the other way around. Come back into my
and that's it. So I feel that's important though, because like if you felt you couldn't like sense that masculine energy in general in a woman, like you probably wouldn't be able to drop into your vulnerability, I guess. Do you feel?
Yeah, for sure.
So
I have another question for you. You were talking about mature and immature aspects of the masculine energy that rises in you. So can you summarize again, like give me like a couple of examples of immature masculine aspects?
Well, for me it feels like, it's like lack of direction and clarity, and kind of just a bit like nonchalant, like all over the place.
So not really caring,
non-committal, and not just committal in relationships, but committed to your mission and committed to anything in general, really. It's like if I used to not even be able to commit to like a 6-month lease, or like even like a 3-month lease. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to be in a day's time. And it's like
sounds like me.
You've been here for like 5 years.
But this is new.
But like that. And I felt actually this shifting moment came when I feel because like the masculine essence in me just wants freedom. Like I just want to be free. Like I don't want to be tied down to anything. And I'm sure many men can relate to this, and women. Like it's a masculine trait, like wants freedom to be in the void and to be in bliss and nothingness. But what I felt in recent years, a couple of years, was like freedom actually comes through commitment in a way. And I feel that feels more of a mature quality coming like through. So it's like that freedom to move within a container, and also choose that it's not actually about physical freedom, it's more mind freedom. And you can be free wherever you are, even if you're locked in a jail cell. It's like you have the choice to choose freedom of presence, of clarity, of how you're going to react to a situation, as opposed to become a victim. So we think freedom is, like I live a freedom lifestyle, like I can live anywhere in the world and make money anywhere, and yet I still didn't feel free. Because it's the ultimate freedom is free from thought, free from the conditioning, free from the yeah, or the limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves. That's the ultimate freedom. So,
Yeah.
does that answer the question?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
What was the question again?
Just went on a tangent.
It's perfect. Yeah. Let's go to
Yeah.
the next topic.
Okay.
Jaya.